Welcome back, this is episode number 5 of this tutorial series on Raspberry Pi for complete beginners. You can find the series playlist link in the description. And let's get started. So in this tutorial, you are going to create your first circuit. For that, you will need to have your Raspberry Pi board, an LED, a 1 kilo ohm resistor, a breadboard, and some wires. If you are not sure about how to read the resistor's value, then please go back to the previous tutorial in the series. And I'm going to start with a quick note on how to safely manipulate the Raspberry Pi so you can avoid burning it and having to buy a new one. And then we will build the circuit together with the LED and the resistor. Working with the Raspberry Pi GPIOs can be quite dangerous for your board if you don't follow exactly the instructions and if you plug a wire in the wrong place. Note that you don't risk anything for yourself, okay? The current is way too low to get hurt or to hurt anyone. The risk here is to kind of fry your board, and after you fry your Raspberry Pi, you won't be able to use it anymore. So here are a few important points that you have to follow. If you carefully follow them, you won't have any problem. First of all, always power off your Raspberry Pi first when you make a change in the circuit. Even if it's just to disconnect and reconnect one single cable. Okay, you power off your Raspberry Pi, you remove the power cable, you make the hardware changes, and then and only then you can power the Pi again. Second point is when the Raspberry Pi is powered on with some hardware components, don't touch the components with your fingers, or try not to do it too much. You may damage your Pi with an electrostatic discharge, also called ESD. And also, this is quite obvious, but don't use any metallic tool to touch the hardware setup when it's running. For example, with a screwdriver, okay, only bad things can happen if you do that. Third point here is that before you power on your Raspberry Pi, double check and even triple check your hardware setup, even if you are sure about it. Personally, even if I make the simplest hardware setup and that I'm sure about, I still double check everything that I do. Fourth point is when you build a circuit, always start with the ground pins and then make sure that the ground is common for all your components. And I'm gonna come back to this when we build the circuit. And finally, the GPIOs only support 3.3 volt. So don't connect anything that uses 5 volt directly. Okay, you might burn the GPIO pin, not necessarily burn the Raspberry Pi, but you might burn the pin and then you can't use that specific pin anymore. So to recap here, just plugging a wrong cable in the wrong pin can destroy your Pi in a fraction of seconds, and then you have to buy a new one. It happened to me in the past and it's not really fun. Of course, I'm not saying that to scare you, I just want to make you extra careful with any hardware setup you will do. If you follow what I do, and if you always double check any setup before you boot the Raspberry Pi, then everything will be okay. So when I do a circuit, or if I improve the current one, I will first use this software tool here to design the circuit, and then I will also show you in the same video the real circuit on my real breadboard and Raspberry Pi. So let's start the circuit. Here I have my breadboard, okay, I have my Raspberry Pi, I have an LED, okay, and I have my 1 kilo ohm resistor. As you can see, here I have brown, black, and red because it's a 4-band resistor. And then the tolerance here doesn't really matter. And so the first thing we are going to do is to actually connect the ground. So for the ground, in the breadboard, we will use that line here, that blue line. And then what pin will we use on the Raspberry Pi? Well, you will have, so you can see we have 2 different lines of GPIOs. Okay, so we have 20 here and 20 there. We're gonna go to the line that's closest, that's on the inside of the Raspberry Pi, and we're gonna count to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This here, this is a ground pin, okay? So I'm just gonna take my wire and connect it to that line. On the first, on the second, it doesn't really matter. And I can just do that. Okay, I'll make it look nicer when I take the screenshot. And just gonna use a black wire. Okay, we use black usually, okay, that's the convention for ground. We use black, so you know that when you see a black wire, this is for the ground, so we don't make any confusion. Okay, and you could connect this to any pin, okay, as you can see, any pin on that line, they are all connected together, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so now the ground of the breadboard here and the ground of the Raspberry Pi are connected together. Good. Now we're gonna take our LED, and you can see that the LED has two legs, but one of them is shorter than the other one. So the short side is going to be the negative side, and the long side, so the long leg, is going to be the positive side. So here I'm gonna put my LED here on the circuit. I'm gonna go a bit more on the left so we have more space for the following. And I'm going to connect the shorter leg to the ground. So how to do this? As you can see here, all those dots here are connected vertically. So I will take one of the dots, so for example that one or that one or that one, and just connect it to the ground with a black wire here. So ground is connected here and is connected there. On the other side of the LED, so on the longer leg, I will take my resistor. And I told you previously about the correct way to read the resistor, from which side to start. But when you connect this resistor to a circuit, there is no positive or negative side. Okay, you can just take your resistor and connect one leg to the positive side here of the LED, and another leg that you connect to any other dot here. You can see that on a different column. And then to close this circuit, well, we are going to connect that side here of the resistor to this pin right here, so the one next to the ground, that is called GPIO 17. So you can see here on the image, we want the GPIO 17. And so there are two ways to represent pins. You can see we have the gray numbers with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So the GND here would be the pin number 9, and this one would be the pin number 11. But we're gonna use the alternate names. So here it's gonna be GND, and this one is gonna be GPIO 17. Okay, that's gonna be important for when we write the code. And just, okay, I see here it's Raspberry Pi 4 model B. I'm using a Raspberry Pi 5, but the GPIO panel is the same between those two Raspberry Pi boards. So for the circuit, it doesn't matter here. Okay, so don't be confused with this name. So what I will do is I will take this GPIO and connect to that here, that leg of the resistor, and use a, I'm gonna use a, so here I'm gonna use a yellow cable. So make sure you don't use black for this, and also don't use red, but you can use any color you want. Okay, so in the end, the circuit is complete. You can see we start from the ground, we go here, ground is connected to the shorter leg of the LED, then goes through the LED. The longer leg is connected to one side of the resistor, the other side of the resistor is connected to this GPIO number 17, and the circuit is complete. So double check especially the connection you make here. Okay, double check that everything is correctly placed. And here is the real circuit. So what do I have here? I have my Raspberry Pi first with the case. You might not have a case. So first make sure that you unplug, okay, the Raspberry Pi so it's powered off completely. If you don't have a case, I would recommend to remove the SD card, okay, and then plug it back at the end. Here, because the case is protecting it, I can leave it there. Okay, and I have some space here to plug the wires for the GPIO panel, so I'm gonna use the case as is. Okay, that's not gonna be a problem. I have my breadboard, and then I have a black wire. I also have a yellow wire, so those two are male to female wires. I have my LED, which you can see has a shorter leg and a longer leg. Okay, so the shorter leg here is on the left. And then I have my resistor, so the resistor I just showed you before. Well, either side, okay, it doesn't matter, you can plug any side where you want, it doesn't have any direction. So I will start with the ground and plug the ground, so I will count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the inside. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. I make sure that it is plugged to the right place. And then I will start, for example, here, plug on that minus line. So now the ground is connected. Great. I will take my LED, and what I did in the software is that I just plug the LED like this, for example, between two columns, and then I have another black wire between the shorter leg and the minus line. But what I can do here is going to be simpler, is I'm just going to put directly the shorter side, so the shorter leg directly on the ground, just like that, and then plug this one like this. Okay, so you can see the shorter leg is directly on the ground, and the longer leg is in another column here in the breadboard. So that's the same thing, we just save one wire, okay, that we don't really need for that. Then I will take my resistor and plug it between that leg of the LED, so make sure it's on the same column, and on another column. So I'm just gonna do like this. Okay, you can see here how's the resistor. And finally, I'm gonna take this wire, so it could be any color, just avoid black and red, because black is gonna be used for ground and red for power. So we try to keep this consistent, but then for other connections, it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna connect, so one side of the resistor here, so on the same column, to the GPIO number 17, which should be just right to the ground. So that's gonna be that one here. Okay, so I check again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the inside for the ground, and then 6 for the wire here. And the circuit is finished. You see I have put everything at the top here on one short part of my breadboard, so I have enough space for all the other LEDs and push button and other stuff we're gonna add later. Okay, and to recap, so we have the ground going here, and then the shorter leg of the LED is connected to the ground, the longer leg is connected to another column that is also connected with one side of the resistor, and then the other side of the resistor is connected to GPIO number 17, and the circuit is done. So now you can put the SD card back if you removed it, put the case back, everything back, and we can now plug the Raspberry Pi again. It's gonna boot, and now we can program our GPIO and program our LED. Alright, that's the end of this episode. If you found it useful, you will definitely like my full complete course on Raspberry Pi named Raspberry Pi for Beginners. This course contains 10 hours of hands-on video lessons. You can find the link in the description. Thank you for watching. See you in the course or in the next tutorial of the series.